If you think those puffy eyes looking back at you in the mirror are just from a bad night's sleep, you are missing the bigger picture. The truth is, your eyes are a window, not just to your soul, but to your liver, your kidneys, and your insulin levels. Slapping cold cucumber slices on your face is like painting over a water-damaged wall. It covers up the mess without fixing the leaking pipe behind it. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the real root causes of under-eye fluid retention and how you can dry up the swamp under your eyes for good. To understand why fluid pools under your eyes, we have to look at the unique anatomy of that area. The skin under your eyes is some of the thinnest on your entire body. Directly beneath it lies a network of tiny blood vessels and lymphatic pipes, accompanied by delicate fat pads. Think of your lymphatic system as your body's cellular drainage network. If that drainage system gets sluggish or backed up, fluid has nowhere to go. Because the skin under your eyes is so incredibly thin and lacks robust support, it behaves exactly like a sponge. It readily absorbs that excess pooled fluid, swelling up into those heavy, puffy bags we all dread. But what causes this fluid to back up in the first place? The number one culprit is high insulin. When you eat refined carbohydrates, sugar, or late-night snacks, your pancreas pumps out insulin. Insulin does something very specific to your kidneys. It forces them to hold on to sodium, and where sodium goes, water follows. If you wake up with swollen eyes, ask yourself, did I eat pizza, pasta, or sugary treats last night? You are literally drowning your under-eye tissues in trapped salt water. The second major bottleneck is liver congestion. Your liver is responsible for producing proteins like albumin, which keep fluid inside your blood vessels so it doesn't leak into surrounding tissues. If your liver is fatty or overworked from processed foods and alcohol, albumin production drops and fluid leaks freely into the thin spaces under your eyes. Now that we know the root causes, how do we drain the swamp? Let's break down the 5 most effective, scientifically backed steps to eliminate puffy eyes from the inside out. First, you need to initiate the potassium to sodium reset. If sodium is the sponge holding onto the water, potassium is the pump that pushes it out. To flush out the excess sodium bloating your face, you need to radically scale back on refined carbs and ramp up your potassium intake. Skip the bananas, they have too much sugar. Instead, eat 1 whole avocado a day or a large plate of leafy greens. This shifts your mineral balance, prompting your kidneys to dump the excess water naturally. Second, close your eating window by 6 p.m. When you eat close to bedtime, your body digests food while you lie flat. This combination of elevated insulin and horizontal gravity is a recipe for waking up puffy. Implement a hard cutoff for food at 6 p.m. By giving your body 4 to 5 hours of fasting before your head hits the pillow, your insulin levels drop, allowing your kidneys to release trapped fluids throughout the night. Third, elevate your head and use cold therapy. This is a highly effective structural hack. Sleeping completely flat allows gravity to pull interstitial fluid in your face. Prop your head up slightly with a second pillow to let gravity naturally drain your lymphatic channels downward while you sleep. In the morning, splash ice-cold water on your face for 30 seconds. The cold triggers vasoconstriction, rapidly shrinking the tiny blood vessels under the eyes and pushing the pooled fluid back into circulation. Fourth, perform a 2-minute lymphatic massage. Because the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump like the heart does, it relies on physical movement to drain. Using your ring fingers, which apply the gentlest pressure, start at the inner corners of your eyes and sweep outward toward your temples. From there, sweep down the sides of your neck to your collarbone. Doing this simple, light sweep 10 times every morning manually empties the stagnant fluid back into your main circulatory system. Fifth, support your liver with dandelion root. To address the organ level of fluid regulation, drink 1 cup of dandelion root tea in the afternoon. Dandelion root is a powerful natural diuretic that flushes excess water without depleting your essential potassium. Even better, it stimulates bile flow and supports liver detoxification, helping to restore the healthy protein balances needed to keep fluid inside your vessels where it belongs. By combining these internal dietary shifts with external drainage habits, you aren't just hiding the bags under your eyes, you are fixing the cellular imbalances that created them. Now, while puffy eyes are often a sign of fluid retention and insulin spikes, they can also point to a deeper, hidden issue inside your gut that is sabotaging your nutrient absorption and skin health. If you want to know how a compromised gut microbiome might be causing chronic facial swelling and fatigue, you need to watch this next video right here. Let's dive into that mystery next.